Sam. I want you to get inside of there, and then we'll go to the doggy store and buy you a doggy. I got an idea. I know how to get you in there. I'm gonna go get you a doggy. Get you in the dog chair. Hang on, Sam. Hang on.
Who made the beef jerky snacks? These are awesome.
Somebody made bacon.
Oh, that smells really bad. I wouldn't eat it.
Hey guys, have you seen my doggy treats?
Ew.
What do you mean doggy that stuff, are you?
No. This is.
I think it's kind of good.
A lot of protein. Izzy, you would. Not bad.
That's my wife's cooking.
You guys can have it all. I think I gotta leave.
Give me a cup of coffee.
Hello, welcome to Between the Studs. We are the Granite Ridge team, and we're glad you've joined us today. Between the Studs is all about home design, plan, and features that characterize today's new homes. There's a whole bunch to talk about, and I know today's show got off to a bad start, but I think we got an exciting show planned, don't we, Tony?
We were going to do something different, but I think you just decided what we're going to talk about. Why don't we talk about pets and how they affect us, our lives, and new construction especially. So I've got a couple stats. You guys think of some other ones, but here's one I do know. Did you know last year, the United States of America, we spent $58 billion on our pets. Plus, did you guys know this? There's 330 million people in the United States now. We have 397 million pets in the United States.
That's astonishing. You know, I have a stat too, and that is that on these beefy sticks that I had that were actually Sam's, the number one ingredient is beef. So that's pretty important. But you know, with the numbers that you just gave out, Tony, that would mean that the average American family is spending roughly $1,000 a year on their pets.
Yeah. And speaking of designing your home around the pet, Tony and I are going to lead into the next segment and talk a little bit about what we hear and what we do about designing a home around a pet.
Does anybody want one more piece of bacon?
No.
Ready?
Sam.
Don't put the brakes on, Sam.
I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not going
He's
anywhere.
like a lead balloon when he gets down that loop.
You know, today we're at the Next Step House and we're talking a lot about pets. And one thing we talk about with pets is actually building the home around the animals.
Absolutely, Tony.
And you know, the nice thing about Granite Ridge Builders is when you're in the process, you actually are asked questions like, how do you live your life?
True.
We truly want to get to know the families. We want to know about their kids, the grandkids, but we also want to know about their pets.
Pets are very important in America anymore. I think probably over half the families in America have some sort of pet in their home.
Exactly, and with a lot of people, their pets are actually treated better than what the kids or the grandkids are.
Too funny.
So while we're in this process of asking them how they live their life, what are some of the unique things you've heard over the years about putting into the house for the animals?
Very good. A real popular one, we happen to be standing right next to it, are longer windows. By longer, I mean they come closer to the floor. Pets like to look out the window. We like it, they like it. So sometimes they'll go eat out of their bowl, jump over here to the windowsill, and look out the window. I call it dinner and a movie.
You know, I never thought about that, but in the past when I had dogs, they'd always go up to the screen door.
True.
Because they could look out.
True.
So really by lowering all the windows in the home, they can get views from all angles the same way that we are.
Exactly, and they of course enjoy that quite a bit, much as you and I do.
Yes, we do. And you know, sometimes we actually are asked to put in 2x6 walls
True.
around the windows. Now what we can do with those 2x6 walls around the windows is that actually give ledges for cats to lay on, so they can get a little bit of that summer sun. They can sit there, they can relax, they can look out there for hours and hours and hours. And is that where they got the term cat nap?
I wouldn't be surprised, sit on that ledge, bask in the sun, and take a little nap.
I think I need a cat nap here in just a little bit. Yeah. But you know, there's still a lot more that goes into the homes when you're looking at building it for your pet.
Sure.
Now you gave me an interesting story earlier about doors.
Exactly. Sometimes a new idea really isn't a new idea. Old ideas become new again. One that we're seeing a resurgence from in America here is the Dutch doors. Dutch doors let's start with the description of that.
Okay.
Dutch doors, picture a full door cut in half. The top half can open freely, or you could latch them and the whole door now swings.
All right.
So in early America, in the 17th century, America was a very rural community and there was a lot of animals involved on your property. How do you get fresh air in and how do you keep the animals out? So the Dutch door became popular here. They can open the top half, fresh air would come in, keep the animals out.
Okay, so this is really like the Mr. Ed door from
Exactly.
the TV show, because Ed was always go up there, he'd stop at the lower half, but then the top part would open up so you could actually hear the talking horse.
Exactly. That's a good analogy. I like that one. The Dutch door has 4 sets of hinges on there rather than a traditional 3, 2 for that top door and then 2 for the bottom door. That bottom door a lot of times had a sill on it, a windowsill. A windowsill.
Where Grandma would put the pies.
Exactly.
And then we'd come by and steal the pies, go to the barn before they cooled off, and then we'd normally get our rear ends tanned by Grandpa later on for doing it.
Exactly. Did you ever notice Grandma always put 2 out there? She knew you were taking one.
She knew exactly what was going on.
So Tony, I spoke about a couple of ideas that I'm seeing in new construction when I'm interviewing my clients. What are you seeing?
Well, I know some of the other guys are going to get into it in a little more detail, but I am seeing more things like doggy doors being put in.
You mean at the front door or the back door?
Front door, back door. Also, I've been seeing it in linen closets because that's where they're putting some of the dog dishes, so they want to be able to have that go in and out of there. I've also seen some people put kitty litter in there. So they can keep it out of the sight, out of mind, do a little cat door there, they can get in and out of that without a problem.
Perfect.
Another thing is actually dedicated spaces within the garage for the animals.
What do you mean by that?
Actually having a place blocked off so that the animals can't go outside where it's a little cooler. They can lay on that cement, cool down a little bit. They can put their dog dishes out there. They can put everything. They can keep the mess out in the garage.
I see.
Now, we had a lot of things that we've been talking about. Now, one thing that used to happen in houses is they had those thatch roofs.
True.
Now, that's where all the animals would go to sleep, is up on the thatch roof.
During our pioneer days.
During the pioneer days.
Right.
Well, what happens then is it starts to rain.
Sure.
When it starts to rain, the thatch opens up. Thatch opens up, animals come falling down. Now you've had the term raining cats and dogs, and that's where it came from.
That's a fun fact.
We've got a lot of things to talk about with today about pets and animals and everything, but you know what? I just looked at my watch.
Yes.
I gotta go let my dog out.
Prepared a fruit bowl for you. Try that thing.
Just a little fruit in your diet will help you lose a little weight, and we can pick you up and put you in the back seat or in the trunk, one or the other.
I don't like apples either. Okay.
Ooh, I'll try to find something for you.
Granite Ridge Builders has hundreds of floor plans to choose from, all of which you can custom design to accommodate your personal needs. But what if you have your own plan or ideas? That's okay. Our 3 professional on-site draftsmen are ready to take your ideas and turn them into a reality. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We look forward to meeting with you to custom design your next dream home.
Hey, Lonnie, you know what? Spring is in the air. Lots of changes going on this time of the year.
There are. We're really, really busy. It's an exciting time of the year for us in the construction business.
Yeah, so you can start breaking ground right now.
We can, and we are.
Okay, speaking of changes, there's also a lot of changes going on with financing of brand new homes, right? Why don't
You're
you
right.
explain that?
Well, first of all, we still have this 100% finance program, and right now the maximum interest rate is 3%. No down payment, minimal closing costs, and a rate of 3%. Doesn't get any better than
Right,
that.
so you can do that with brand new construction.
You can, and we've got lots available in East Allen County schools, Northwest Allen County schools, also Southwest Allen County schools. More than 400 lots to choose from right now.
Okay, so I've heard that there's a shortage of lots. So what you're saying is, at least at Granite Ridge, we still have quite a few lots that people might want to put some down payments on and get ready for spring, summer build time.
You're right, lots of lots in a lot of different locations. Whew,
Okay.
that's a lot of lots.
That's a lot of lots. So tell everybody where they can get a hold of us and how they can give us a call, and we're more than happy to set out some plot plans on lots for people, send them to
Floor
different
plans,
places.
we're going to help you build your dream home.
All right, we better get started. We got a lot of homes to start constructing.
Let's
on.
go.
Well, Kayla, today it's all about pets. So when it comes to flooring, that's a huge consideration when you have cats or dogs or any other animals in the home.
It is. It's probably the main topic that we first discuss when we're talking about flooring. If you have pets, everything that you pick with your floor revolve around the pets.
Now, what would be your recommendation? Say I have a dog. What would be the best thing to choose for the floor?
Honestly, we always ask the size of the dog because that makes a little bit of a difference too. But if you're talking about a larger dog or several pets for that matter, even kids, you definitely want to think of more hard surface than carpet. So really any type of hard surface, and we'll talk about a little bit more in depth, but we have the sheet vinyls, we have luxury vinyl planks, and then there's all the wood kinds, the laminates, the engineered and solid. Those are two I would definitely stay away from with pets.
Now, okay, you talked a little bit about vinyl. Vinyl would probably be the most economical choice. So somebody who doesn't have a large budget, that probably would be the best selection. Are you seeing people put it in more than just a kitchen and a nook, or what's the trend?
The trend is definitely for vinyl to be going in more areas of the home. And there's two levels of vinyl that we offer. We have the sheet vinyl, which is very common, definitely the most economical and can go just about anywhere, but we usually see that more in the foyers, kitchens, nooks, bathrooms, and laundry. But then we also have resilient luxury plank, and that product is wonderful. It's installed just like a wood flooring is installed with longer lengths, and it can be a laminate like lock and groove, and so it looks more realistic, a lot more texture, so many colors and styles, and it's a little bit more expensive, but so much more of a realistic look that people like to put that in great rooms and other living spaces throughout their home.
Now, here at the Next Step House, you actually have done a porcelain tile throughout most of the main level, even the master bedroom, and this tile looks like a wood. So this is something new, isn't it?
It is. We're going towards all types of wood. We have woods in vinyl, in actual woods, and we even have porcelain tile as woods. It's such a clean and inviting look that they're doing it in any sort of style that somebody would prefer. So if porcelain is a great application for pets because it's probably the most durable, but some people don't like to clean porcelain, or it's a little bit colder, which is why we did the heated tile in the master and things like that. So really, depending on your style and your preference, we can gear you towards what type is best for you.
And cost-wise, that's probably more of an expensive option. It could be $8 or $10 more a square foot, but in the long run, you're not replacing it. Now, let's say I want to do carpet. Carpet's more comfortable on my feet. What can we do that'll help maybe if I have a pet who has accidents?
We have a couple different options. The carpet is definitely one thing to consider, but the pad is probably the most important. So there's definitely different levels of pads, 4-pound, 8-pound, 6-pound, all of those are very common. What we recommend, no matter what density that you pick for your pad, that there's a spill guard on it. What happens if there's a spill, even with kids or pets, what will happen is if any liquid goes through the carpet, it's going to soak into the pad. It's so hard to get it out of the pad that it's going to actually cause reoccurring stains. So if you've cleaned it up, it's gone, you saved the day with that, you're going to see it a month later if it got into that pad.
It'll wick back up.
It will. So we recommend having a spill guard where it can't get through to that pad, and which will prevent any sort of reoccurring stain.
Okay, well, lastly, I guess a true solid hardwood. We still have a lot of requests. What would you say about that option?
I would definitely say to pick a harder style of wood. So there's different Janka ratings for wood, and you want to definitely look at something that is a little bit harder. The bamboo woods or the maples, those can be a little bit softer. So we try to gear people towards more the hickories and oaks and those that are a little bit more dense. And also, if it has a little bit more grain, that's going to hide any sort of scratches a lot better than something that doesn't have much grain or texture to it, because you can see a lot more. So we definitely talk about it. It is an option. You can definitely have a real wood even if you do have pets, but you just want to be careful of what you pick.
Right, and that is the issue. We do hear people say my wood dents, the dog scratched it, so that's a big consideration. Well, thanks, Kayla. This has been great information.
Of course.
Granite Ridge Builders, Northeast Indiana's #1 villa builder, is excited about all these opportunities we have for you as it relates to villas.
We have lots starting from 32.9 located southwest, northwest, and northeast.
We also have villas from the 160s right on up.
We have move-in ready villas starting at $199.9.
We'd also love to sit down with you and design that particular floor plan that's going to meet your needs.
Give us a call today or visit our website. We'd love to talk to you.
Well, Izzy, in this segment, we want to talk about gadgets in the home related to our family pet. And you had an interesting word to describe that. What was it?
Oh, I just called it pet tech.
Pet tech, okay.
So it's technology for pets, and it's something that's becoming very popular right now. A lot of money is being spent on interaction between people and their pets.
I can relate to that. I've got that family pet that we really, really love.
They become a very important part, especially if you don't have children. We find a lot of people that don't have children who have pets really treat them just as well as they treat their pets, or even better than we treat our children sometimes.
I understand that. Yeah, it's really true.
Well, one of the things that people worry about a lot is pet anxiety. And pet anxiety is just simply when a pet has separation issues, when you're not home or when you go to work, things like this.
So it's just a nervousness? Is that the best way to describe it?
Absolutely. It's something like, barking, or if they tear up your things when you're gone, or even use the restroom in the house when they know it better than that. And they find it happens a lot with a pet that has been taken from its initial owners, or a pet rescue, things like this, where it's their second time around with the family.
Then. Okay.
Absolutely. A pet display should be a great way to explain it. So when that happens, a lot of times pet anxiety is a serious issue.
How are we going to identify that problem and meet that need?
Well, when we're trying to address pet anxiety, some of the things that people will try to do sometimes is actually use the cage or kennel that they keep their pet in a well-lit room with lots of windows to make it kind of feel like it's still very open and not feeling caged up. But other solutions seem to be the exact opposite, where you put someone in a place that there's not much sensory interaction for it, like in a darkened room with a blanket over the cage to help them feel kind of safe and secure. So there's a couple different ways to address it. You almost have to try it out and see what's best for your pet.
So what you're saying is dogs and cats and pets in general have personalities. You need to figure that out, huh?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Or even if you keep your pet outside in a fenced-in area, one of the options that we've seen is like a little half bubble that's almost put into the fence at your pet's height.
Okay.
So it can stick its nose and eyes outside and kind of look around. That's been another one that's been very helpful to some people to help cure that pet anxiety.
Okay, that's neat. And then there's also the other side of the coin.
Yes, the pet owner anxiety.
Right.
A lot of times, again, with people having their pets be so much an integral part of their families that they get nervous when they're not around their pets and worry if their pets are okay at home.
I have some of that anxiety from time to time when we leave our pet home for extended time frames. I'm wondering how's he doing, and is there a way to address that problem?
Yes, there's some simple ways to do it, and they're not even super expensive at all either. Between $60 to $100 can get you a nice camera that you can put in your house that can actually be a microphone as well, so that you can videotape and actually talk back and forth with your pet while you're not there.
That's cool. So I can tune in on him about wherever I'm at as long as I've got a Wi-Fi extension and a connection, and that's cool.
Yeah, and they've even got ones that you could actually do it. It's an automatic pet feeder, so you can feed and water your pet from afar with a touch of a button. It releases the food, releases the fresh water, so you can again make sure that your pet's taken care of.
Put a camera on it, and wow,
absolutely,
you're covered. That's cool. And Izzy, you gave me one of these to look at. I'm not sure what it is. Is this a James Bond watch, or what is that?
It could be a James Bond watch. Maybe we should investigate that a little more. It's actually a pet tracker, and the pet tracker is used if you live in a neighborhood that maybe restricts fences. You can't have a pet fence in that area.
Right.
This is a great way to actually be able to keep track of your pet. You can actually put like a geofence, basically a fence that is not seen but can be sensed by this object.
Okay.
And what it does is if you exit that geofence, it will send you a text letting you know that your pet has wandered outside of its safe zone.
From your iPhone.
From your iPhone.
So if you don't care, just turn your iPhone off.
Yeah, you can just let your pet roam free.
What do these things cost?
It's about $100, and then it's $2 a month to actually track the pet. So again, if it wanders out and you need to find it, you can open up your app, and it'll actually have a GPS on that thing that you can actually track your pet down.
Sounds like money well spent.
It is. It gives you a sense of security for your pet.
Right.
And actually, Lonnie, we've talked about tech and technology. I know that you've got some Facebook accounts and things like that.
I do.
Have you explored any with Twitter?
I don't have a bird pet, and so I don't have a Twitter, not Twitter, you said Twitter?
Twitter. Yes.
No, I'm sorry. No, I don't.
Twitter is actually something that, believe it or not, some dogs may have actually beat you to the punch.
Wow.
There's something called Puppy Tweet.
Oh,
and
boy.
with it, it actually, it's a sensor that you put on your dog's collar. It senses the motion and movement of what your dog is doing and tries to choose between 1 of 50 pre-selected messages.
Wow.
So it might sense,
example,
it could sense that your dog is maybe licking something, and it would send out a tweet saying, hey, guess what I'm licking right now?
Wow, wow. Well, hey, this has been really interesting. And speaking of dog treats, would you care for one?
Are you sure these
High
are
protein,
safe to eat?
high in protein.
We'll give it a shot.
Put it in your mouth, man. Put it in your mouth.
It's like this. Well, I don't think I'm gonna fit either.
Izzy, that's not going to work, man. You've been selling so many houses, your head's too big.
One common thing we hear from people when they come in and talk about their pets is where are they going to put their dog bowls or their cat bowls. So this is a great solution to keep them out of the way so you're not tripping over them. This is recessed into a cabinet, and we've done a stainless steel surround so they can drip and it's protected. It's also a great thing. You could keep the door on. Maybe if you have small children, you could shut it if you're concerned about when the food is in here, a small child getting into that food. Another common request is where am I going to put all of their leashes and their accessories? So the locker is a popular item for families. So there's ways to accommodate the lockers. You could build special hooks for leashes and their clothes. You also could do some sort of dog bed built in the base of one of the lockers.
You know, another thing that's becoming more and more commonplace, it used to be considered unique, but now it's all the time, is the automatic doggy door. What the automatic doggy door can do is it is set up so that only your dog can come in and out of the house. It has a little chip, wears it on its collar, and when it comes up, the doggy door will open. Now, if you don't want anyone else to follow your dog in, like the neighborhood cats or raccoons, they don't have that chip. So when they go up, now the dog's in, cat will not come in after it. So that's another way that technology is actually helping us. And also, it helps so if you're feeling lazy, you don't have to get on the couch to let the dog have to go to the bathroom. Now, Elizabeth, those are some of the common things that we've done for people with pets. What are some of the more unique things that we've done for people when they're pets?
Well, we have talked a lot about cats and dogs today, but there are other pets out there. We did do a fish tank in the front of a garden tub.
Okay.
We also had a family that had a very unique aquarium. So we took out a two-way fireplace and replaced it with an aquarium, which was a great focal point in their home.
That would make a really good focal point in their home.
Now, I know you've had some requests as well.
Mine are a little more exotic for some reason. I've had people come to me and ask me to build in a lizard room for them because they needed to have a special kind of humidity and heat for their collection of lizards and iguanas and everything else. And myself, I used to have a potbelly pig.
Really?
Yeah. And so we did put in a special potbelly pig door in the basement so he could go back and forth whenever he needed to go, because you don't ever want to hear something squeal like a pig.
Well, I learned something about you every day. Speaking of you, this room is small and I can smell that dog treat on your breath. Let's get out of here.
It was good. I want to become the president of Sam's Fan Club. You did such a great job today. Where should we send all the fan mail to?
How about at info@graniteridgebuilders.com? Make it happen.
Granite Ridge Builders has hundreds of floor plans to choose from, all of which you can custom design to accommodate your personal needs. But what if you have your own plan or ideas? That's okay. Our 3 professional on-site draftsmen are ready to take your ideas and turn them into a reality. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We look forward to meeting with you to custom design your next dream home.
I thought that was a fun show today.
Sure was. A lot of fun facts.
Yeah.
You know, as the great Will Rogers once said, if there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they go.
I know one thing. I've learned some things today that's going to help me with my little dog Nutmeg at home.
Speaking of your dog, you've got to run. She has obedience school.
I do. Speaking of running, I think Tony literally has to run. I think he had one too many of these. Gross. Hey guys, what a great show we had today. It was fun.
I know, I'm hooked.
We've had a lot of questions about the
Between the Studs.
past episodes.
What a great cast.
If somebody would like to see some of our past episodes, how would they do that?
Oh, Tony, there's a couple different ways they can do that. You go to Vimeo.com if you'd like to see this in high definition, or
On YouTube.
maybe an easier way to see our show would be to go to GraniteRidgeBuilders.com.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much for watching our show and sharing your time with us. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about who we are, what we do, and why we do what we do so well, call our office, or even better yet, come on in the front door. We'd love to meet you, greet you, talk about it.
Ask for Joe. I'll give you a personal tour of our 12,000 square foot facility that features all the products that we talk about on this show.
Thanks.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! What'd you do? We had about 3 collisions. Oh man, that was. If you got that, that was pretty good. You did exactly what we wanted to do.
Did he?
I can't get in that seat. You think I'm crazy? But he would have tried. It was A for effort.
You guys can have it all. I think I gotta leave.
Give me a cup of coffee.
Oh, don't. I'm going to throw up.
Just the smell of it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to throw up. It smells so bad. Don't.
Oh,
Okay.
you guys ate it. They were eating it.
Sambo is a good dog. Yes, he is. He's a good dog.